just want to reflect and just very briefly go over our projects that we have created. The first project we did was the Shout It Shout box, which was very simple, used basic procedural PHP. We did interact with the database. I think we had one table. We did some select and insert queries. We dealt with post and get superglobals, loops, associative arrays, conditionals, and we actually just created a very simple user interface. Project 2 was the PHP Quizzer, another procedural application. We used some basic math functions. We included files, post and get superglobals, PHP loops, arrays, conditionals, and also a very basic custom design. Project 3, we stepped it up a little bit. We dealt with object-oriented programming, MySQL create, read, update, and delete. We created a custom database library. We implemented form validation and also loops, arrays, and all that. Project 4 was a pretty advanced application, especially for not using a framework. We kind of created our own custom framework. We used a PDO database class with prepared statements. We separated the logic from the display. We used Bootstrap for the UI, and we also used sessions to have a user login system. Project 5 was our first framework project. We used CodeIgniter, which uses Model View Controller. We used PDO, form validation, sessions from CodeIgniter, Bootstrap UI, and we also implemented the PayPal Express Checkout API. Project 6 was our first WordPress plugin. It was a widget to display a contact form in a widget position. We looked at the WordPress plugin and widget API. We created a custom widget class, and that also used object-oriented programming. Project number 7 was an address book. We used jQuery to fetch and quickly add and edit the contacts. We used Foundation, which was an HTML5 framework for the UI. We looked at jQuery to post, Ajax, MySQL CRUD, and we also used a PDO class. Project number 8 was a fairly large project, Job Finds Job Board. We used Kickstart HTML5 framework for the UI, and then we looked at Cake PHP to deal with our libraries and MVC design pattern, and also obviously object-oriented programming because we used Cake PHP. Project 9 was Cool CMS. It was a CodeIgniter application. We created both the front and back ends. Obviously it's CodeIgniter, so we used MVC in object-oriented programming, and we also looked at form helpers that CodeIgniter offers. And then finally we built a WordPress bridge plugin so that we could display products from our Gaming Place database in our WordPress site. And again, we looked at the plugin API platform, object-oriented programming, and things like that. So that's our 10 projects. I really enjoyed creating them. I hope you enjoyed learning them, and I will see you in the next course.